What's up, guys? Welcome. I wanted to shoot a quick video for you, inviting you to another training and just going over a couple issues that you may be encountering if you are currently involved in the surplus funds or overage business. So let's go over those real quick. This will be a pretty short video, and then I'll tell you about the training at the end. Now, for some of you that are involved in the business currently, you may be encountering these problems, okay? These are very common, and we all have to overcome these if we are actively pursuing helping homeowners recover surplus funds and overages, okay? So what are these problems? Number one problem is you're struggling to actually find the person that's owed the funds. Very common problem. This is a skill, specifically the skill of skip tracing, finding someone that you're looking for. This is a crucial skill to develop if you want to be successful in this business. Okay, you have to be able to find the person that is owed the money. And this can be very challenging. Why is it challenging? Well, number one, when somebody goes through a foreclosure or a tax sale, usually they have other debts. They may be trying to avoid debt collectors. They may be trying to stay under the radar. Maybe they're just straight up embarrassed. A lot of people may be out on the street homeless, and so they have no address. They may not have a cell phone, and so it can be difficult to find these people. Is that always the case? No. Sometimes you call someone and you contact the person you're looking for right away. But most often, you have to dig and you have to go through a lot of info. You have to call a lot of people, send letters, send emails. And this is where the work is involved, is tracking the folks down, and it can be difficult. However, there are some specific tactics and strategies that if you use can make this problem less of a problem, okay? You can overcome this. But I'm curious to know, for those of you that are involved in the business, do me a favor. Let me know in the comments below, what are the things that you're struggling with in the business? These are just a few examples that I listed off the top of my head, but I'm curious to know, what are the things that you are struggling with in your overage and surplus funds business? Okay, let me know in the comments below. So we talked about the first problem, you're just struggling to find people. Number two, let's say you do find someone, you make contact with them, maybe you text them or you call them, or they respond to an email or a letter. And then what happens is you make that initial contact and then you don't hear from them after that. How many of you are struggling with that, where you make your initial contact and then you get ghosted after that? How do you overcome that? And we'll talk about that in the training tomorrow. How many of you are struggling with finding an attorney? Those of you that are in this business, you have probably come across this, where it can be difficult to find an attorney that actually has, one, experience in this industry, in this niche, and two, even knows about it. That's just the reality. This is a very specialized niche, and there's not a ton of attorneys that are familiar with it, but they are out there. So how do you find them? Another problem, fourth problem. So you know about surplus funds, you know about overages. Maybe you've gotten training. Perhaps you may have purchased a course, doesn't have to be my course. Maybe you've purchased some other course, but you need some extra help, some extra coaching or mentoring. You need some extra guidance, because a course can only cover so much, but every case has its own unique problems, right? Which leads me to the one at the bottom. Maybe you need some specific help and some specific guidance for a case that you're currently working on. Again, every case is different. And so maybe you've encountered a case where you're just stumped and you're not sure what the next step is. Maybe you're dealing with an estate case where an individual has passed away. Maybe you're dealing with a company that's owed money. Maybe you're dealing with a case where, you know, the claimant is incarcerated. I've had those cases before, very challenging, but can be done. What else? Maybe you have a case where your claimant is going through bankruptcy currently. What do you do then? There's a lot of different nuances and different things that can happen in this business. And sometimes it's important to be able to have access to someone to help provide specific guidance specific to your situation, okay? And maybe you're just alone. Maybe you just feel like there's no one to talk to. You need some extra support. You need someone to be accountable to. You need someone to be able to bounce ideas off of that's actually doing the business as well, so that you have that, that support, that accountability. So these are all problems that we all encounter in this business. And what I want to do, guys, is invite you to a training that I'm holding tomorrow night. It'll be at 6:30 Mountain Time. And it's just going to be a short training, a Zoom call. You don't have to register or anything. I'll post the link below in the description. But I'm wondering, I want to kind of hold a training going over some of these problems. What are some things we can do to solve these problems? And then provide a new solution that I am launching, and see if you would be interested in that. So if you want, join me tomorrow, March 24th at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So that would be 5:30 Pacific or 8:30 Eastern Time. And I want to invite you to that, be taking some questions, and I'll be launching a new offering and a new solution that I think will help a lot of you guys out there. And I think it could be a game changer. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you on tomorrow's training. Click the link below tomorrow, and we'll see you in the training. Thanks, guys.